Hello and welcome to yet another exciting episode of The Property Show. Whether you're looking for a first home, second, or an ideal investment, the property pick of the week brings you just that. Crystal Rivers Mall and Residences, a fun lifestyle experience for moms, dads, and kids. Our expert segment captures market insights and how infrastructure is the key driver to the real estate dynamic.
Growth in real estate has been driven by government investment in infrastructure.
The accessory spot highlights a blend of classic finishes as well as a waste management company, Riversvia. Our home ownership journey brings another twist of buying and selling at the right time. Sit back, relax, and let's get started. As always, there is something for everyone. Our property pick of the week takes us to Crystal Rivers, where a unique opportunity to own and experience the perfect culmination of luxury, comfort, and convenience awaits you.
Located only 25 kilometers from Nairobi CBD on the Mombasa Dual Carriageway and only a 10-minute drive away from the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, Crystal Rivers is the ideal living space for you and your family.
The residences come loaded with a host of upscale lifestyle amenities, fine features, and a great addition to emerging residential and business needs of the greater Nairobi metropolis. Let's have a look.
Welcome to Crystal Rivers, where we live, work and play. Here we live the buzz.
You can
the
see.
Lavington of the river.
I can see.
Come, let's go inside and have a chat.
Thank you.
After you.
Wow.
At Crystal Rivers, we have both the mall and the residences. It's a wholesome experience. We're talking about family, we're talking about fun, we're talking about the community, we're talking about a place where there's everything for mom, for dad, and for the kids. So let me tell you about the residences. This is a typical 3-bedroom townhouse. Then we have a 4-bedroom townhouse, and then we're also going to have apartments, 3-bedroom apartments.
And what's unique here?
This is a wholesome experience, where if you buy a house here, you'll be spoiled for choice. You wonder whether you should stay at home and relax or go to the mall and find something to do there, because you can go to the salon, you can go and there's a conference center, you can go and play, the kids can go to the swimming pool. There'll be so much to do. And that is the kind of experience we are providing here at Crystal Rivers. Living the buzz, don't forget that. So this 3-bedroom townhouse provides you with a very spacious lounge, with an open area dining, and then the kitchen opens the dining area. Now with the kitchen, we're trying to strike a balance between an open plan kitchen and a closed kitchen. We are providing you that access to the kitchen without violating the privacy of the person in that kitchen. Then we have a cloakroom for the guests. We have a space under the staircase, and this is left to your imagination. You can put the kids' bikes there, you can put a bookshelf, you can make it a display for your family photos, whatever you want to do with it. We're just providing it, leaving it open for the creative mind to do whatever they feel fits their purpose.
The family's purpose.
Exactly. Then we go upstairs. We have all the bedrooms upstairs, and then we have a terrace where you can relax, get some fresh air, because we'll have a lot of green areas. You can sit there, maybe read a book or just relax, meditate. Whatever you want to do with that particular space is also open to you. Then we have the 4-bedroom unit.
What's the difference between the 3-bedroom and the
4-bedroom? The difference, of course, is the extra bedroom on the 4-bedroom, and then the 3-bedroom has a terrace, which the 4-bedroom does not have.
Yes. And what's special about the apartments?
The apartments, they have 3 bedrooms, master ensuite, and then the 2 kids' bedrooms share bathroom. We have a lift for easy access, which you find sometimes in most of these other developments. You're going all the way to 5th floor, you're lugging shopping bags, you're moving in furniture, and it's just crazy. So we decided to take away that headache. We have a lift for that. We have a lot of green areas, because you find that we'll have parking on the ground floor, so that we are able to provide a lot of green areas for the kids to play, for air circulation, and even just for the general aesthetic beauty of that particular living space.
What are the amenities you're providing at Crystal Rivers?
At Crystal Rivers, without even talking about the mall, when you're talking about the residences alone, we're going to have a jogging track where you can, take your morning or evening jog to keep fit if you wish. We have street lighting, which we are going to light with the solar. So here at Crystal Rivers, we are very, very keen on green energy. So in support of that, we are also going to have a biodigester sewer treatment plant, where we're going to be recycling all the water for use in watering the gardens, washing your car, any external use. You don't have to use the internal water. And still about water, we have 2 boreholes, and we are prospecting for a 3rd. We are connected to Mavoko Water, and we are also trying to see if we can get a line from the EPZ. So water is sorted.
Water will never be a problem here.
Water will never be a problem. You don't even need to have a jug to store water. The taps will be running 24/7. Other than that, we have solar water heating. As I said, we are very keen on green energy. So all the water in the showers will be heated with solar. Athi River has a lot of sun.
Yes.
Let's use some of it.
Yes.
Other than that, we are going to have a children's play area within your compound and also without. We have a kindergarten so that your babies don't have to live away from home, at least in the initial stages of schooling. We have a community center where you can have, a graduation party, community meetings. Other than that, we have access to the mall. I can't even go there yet. We will talk about the mall later. Yes. We are very keen on security. We are having CCTV surveillance of common areas. We have a perimeter wall that is properly reinforced with an electric fence. We have a security consultant who's we are working very closely with in terms of mapping the estates. We have been able to identify which are the hotspots for extra surveillance. We have been able to actually scientifically determine what is the optimum number of security guards that we need in this place. We have a separate access for the residences so that we monitor who's coming in, not just the way you can have an inflow from the mall. We've blocked that out. So the residences have their own manned access. So we are very, very keen on that security.
When do you expect this project to be completed?
In January 2018. And you can have your house.
And have you started the sales?
Yes, we are at 30%. And as you can see, we are just about 20% construction. So we envisage by the time we are, let's say in about 3 or so months, because the sales are moving very fast, we hope that will be 80% sold out.
And who are your typical buyers?
We are looking at the middle income family, those who live and work in Nairobi. As we said, we're bringing Lavington to Athi River. So if that is your dream kind of environment, you don't have to spend 20 million. We are bringing Crystal Rivers here for you. We are also targeting those who work on Mombasa Road and even Konza City, those who work at JKA. We are about 10 minutes drive from the airport. And so instead of even the hassle of building your own house, because you find a lot of people are now buying land around this area, Crystal Rivers is giving you a ready product at an affordable price.
Crystal River becomes the solution for that.
It's the solution for all your problems.
Fantastic. Let's see the house.
Okay. This is the lounge. As you can see, it's quite spacious. So we encourage people to sit here to relax. Then when you need to eat, you move to the dining room. So this is the dining area. When you need to eat, you sit, it's more comfortable here. There's a lot of space. If you need a 10-seater, as you can see, there's sufficient space. You have the hatch for easy service. And as I said, this space is for your imagination. Yes. You can put the kids' bikes, you can put a bookshelf, you can make it a photo gallery, whatever tickles your fancy, you can do with that space.
And you have cabinets?
Yes, we have cabinets, either for display or for easy access to your utensils. You might put your Chinaware there. So you easily pull that out. This is the guest cloakroom for your visitors. They don't have to go up all the stairs. And then you have the kitchen, and this kitchen is every woman's dream. Yes. We have provided sufficient storage. As you can see, we have the high-level cabinets, the low-level cabinets. There's all this extra storage. You have a double sink. You know the way sometimes you're trying to wash and you need a separate place to rinse? We took care of that. We have space for a 6-burner cooker. We have space for a huge fridge. You can put your blender there, your microwave. Everything that a woman needs in the kitchen, you can provide it here. And you see, you have all this space.
I know, a lot of
space. So you can even put, a small breakfast table.
For your children.
If you wish, yeah. And you still have space to walk around.
Exactly.
We've also provided for a laundry area and the staff quarters. And the good thing with the staff quarters, you can have it accessed from outside in case you don't want, constant interaction with the house girl coming in.
So all the townhouses have a provision for a DSQ?
Yes, all the townhouses have staff quarters.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Let's go upstairs. And if you haven't noticed, but I know you have a keen eye for detail.
Yes, I do.
We have mahogany doors. We have paid very keen attention to the quality of finishes. And now, let's see. Good. These stairs, we can even walk side by side. Wow. So that if you're moving furniture up, then there's enough space for that. If you're walking upstairs with maybe your kids or your spouse, there's enough space for everybody. So we have all the 3 bedrooms upstairs, and all of them are en suite. We have the girls' bedroom, and then the boys' bedroom, then the master bedroom at the far end, for that extra privacy, because you don't want that when people walk in, the first thing they see is your bedroom. So we put the master bedroom at the far end. And here we have the terrace as well. So each of the bedrooms is en suite, and there's sufficient storage in terms of wardrobes. You can fit a study desk. It's spacious enough. You can even have 2 beds if you have a large family, or a decker bed. Then we have that space between the 2 bedrooms. Again, for your creative use, you can decide whatever you want to do with that. This space is for your imagination. You can even put a study desk here for the kids to do their homework. Or you can just use it for decoration like we have.
A bookshelf and then a shoe rack underneath would be perfect.
Exactly. So it's for your own imagination. Then here we have the master bedroom. One of our key considerations in this house is storage. So you have separate wardrobes. I think you can give the gentleman the smaller one. Then you can have all this.
So there are 2 different sets of wardrobes?
Yes,
wow.
So that there's no fight of space. Then you have a dressing table.
This is where you put your perfumes?
Your perfumes, your makeup. There's a mirror, there's a chair. So this master bedroom has enough space. You can have a bigger bed, you can have additional furniture, and we have taken care of light.
I can see the entire house has a lot of natural light.
Exactly. We have big windows. So it's very annoying when you have to have your lights on during the day.
I know.
And we had to make sure that doesn't happen here.
Exactly. I suppose because also of the high ceiling?
Exactly. So all considerations in terms of design, so the large windows, the high ceiling, and even the circulation spaces, so that there's sufficient light when you're inside this house.
And it's all en suite, so the bathroom is here?
Exactly. The bathroom is here. We have the WC, we have the wash and basin, and we have a shower cubicle that is spacious.
You brought Lavington to Athi River.
Exactly, Lavington to Athi River.
Let's get more information on Crystal Rivers. Karibu sana Wangeshi.
Thank you for having me on your show.
Tell us about the scheme and why real estate and the vision.
All right, let me give you some brief history about the Safaricom Staff Pension Scheme. The scheme is now 15 years old, and we have a membership of just slightly over 5,000 members. Our average age in terms of membership is 33 years old, and obviously the risk appetite of our members is high. So one of the things we were looking at when we were revising our investment policy was to definitely divest and improve returns. Now, Kenyans are very motive when it comes to real estate, yes, and they are very interested in it. So we then took the plunge, and about 2 years or 3 years ago, we acquired land in the Mavoko area, 25 acres, and we then endeavored on our mission to invest in real estate. And that really has been our first, can I call it, flagship property into the real estate market. And it sits very well with our vision as a scheme, because what we want for our members is for them to be powered for life. So we are looking to make returns that can grow into the future, that can be very strong. And then when you look at the development itself, we have positioned it as a community investment, an investment for the family. A family that can live there, a family that can engage there, because we have a mall. And the theme that really resonated when we were looking at this development was the buzz. So we wanted to create a buzz around this Crystal Rivers development that we had put together. And we are very excited about positioning it in Machakos, because it is definitely a growing area. And we also are very cognizant of the fact that things need to be done outside Nairobi.
And done well.
And done well. So it is a very high standard investment. We have put our efforts into it. We have a very strong development and project team behind it. And we are now almost at the tail end of the project, because development now is really picking pace.
Let's talk about the concept and how many units you have in terms of the residences, and especially about the mall.
Good. So as I said earlier, it's a mixed development. There are 398 residential houses. Of those, 260 are apartments. The balance are 138 which are townhouses. We have a mix of 3-bedroom and 4-bedroom townhouses. The apartments kick off in phase 2, and we've also positioned them a lot for the middle class so that they can be affordable. And then obviously there's the hook for us, which is the mall. And we felt very strongly when we looked at the land and the position of our particular location that it would be very ideal to have a mall. One of the things you immediately pick up very recently now is that the road is being dualized. The other aspect as well is that, there's a Syokimau station where you can actually access the railway station. It's just slightly, I think 1 kilometer away, so it's not very far from our development. We have the larger Kitengela area, we have the Konza. So there's a lot that is beginning to happen, and we felt it was very important to position a mall. It is 25,000 square feet, and we have tenants already lined up. Our anchor tenant is Naivas, who we are very proud to be associated with. They are very excited about the project. They are very clear about their positioning and how they will complement the position of the mall. And they're a very innovating and exciting brand to be working with.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's interesting that you've got Naivas. Which other brands have you managed to attract?
So when you look at the mall, we were very keen to get the tenancy mix correct. So as I said earlier, it's a lifestyle mall, it's a destination mall. So when you're going to that particular mall, we want to have something for our dads, we want to have something for our moms, we want to have something for our children. So the mall definitely will have a hospital. We've actually signed on Nairobi Hospital because healthcare facilities are key and need to be accessible and available easily. We've also signed on Java, who we are also very excited to have because they're a very well-known brand in the market, and we are also lining up Bata, and there will be brands for everyone. So what we've done is when we've looked at our mothers, we've said the mother
what does the mother want?
What does she want?
What do I want?
Hair salon,
yes.
There'll be food courts, there'll be entertainment spaces, and then the way the mall is designed, it is kind of open spaced as well. So it's not a very, you don't feel locked in. It's very airy, there's lots of space, so you can be inside, you can be outside, you can have an experience. So it has something for everyone in the family, something for our dads, our children, and definitely for our moms. It will be good and it will be accessible and people will enjoy the experience there.
I can only imagine it's been an exciting journey. What has been the major challenge along the way?
I like the use of the word challenge. I'd like to change it more to learning. I think for us what we've learned is that projects take time. They do take time and the unexpected happens. But it is very important to be optimistic. I think as you look at this year, many people would say, why malls? You know, there's a lot of talk about, is a mall relevant, is it not? It's an election year. But the positioning of our scheme is that we are a long-term investor. As a brand, we are very proud to be in Kenya and be in Kenya for the long term. Now, we believe in developing Kenya everywhere. So that is why we took the purposeful step not to do a development in Nairobi. So we are very keen to position the mall as a commercial center that can complement the commercial initiatives that are happening there and are not overly concerned, for example, that there will be elections. Elections happen in the country, they come and go.
Yeah.
So you can't move houses or bring them back. I mean, it's impractical. And then the other aspect is that this mall, for its positioning, will act as a very strong catchment for the people in Machakos, because you know the way the traffic jams can be. People don't have to drive to Nairobi to get a good experience of a mall. They can be very near their homes and drive to a mall and get a very strong experience. So we believe the mall will do justice to that area. It will create jobs in that area. The population of Machakos is growing at 2% per annum every year. So there's lots of opportunity. And this initiative of the mall itself sits very well with our belief and contribution around the ideology of sustainable goals. So if you look at sustainable goal number 11, it talks about creating sustainable communities and cities. Now, very many developments focus on houses.
Yes.
They tend to leave out other amenities,
Which are very important
Yeah. And as cars increase on the road, as traffic increases, as movement gets a bit restricted, then you tend to find people want to have almost everything where they are.
in their neighborhoods.
Yes, so the mall will do that for them.
Conveniently situated on the busy Mombasa Road, 1.2 kilometers past the Mombasa-Kitengela Roads interchange, Machakos County. Crystal Rivers offers you a chance to experience luxury and convenience on a spacious 25.5-acre parcel fronting Mombasa Road and only minutes away from the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. The site is only 10 minutes drive from Jomo Kenyatta International Airport and 25 kilometers from the city center of Nairobi. Integral parts of the Crystal Rivers experience is realizing your home ownership dream right at the edge of the city. Here you choose between 3 and 4 bedroom townhouses or the well-designed 3-bedroom apartments. Crystal Rivers give you the luxury of living close to all amenities in a far from ordinary location. Accommodation for 3 and 4 bedroom townhouses includes private garden, spacious lounge area, kitchen opens to the dining area, all bedrooms are ensuite with walk-in shower, working spaces, DSQ accessible from outside, and master ensuite with 2 wardrobes and bathtub. Salient features include stone wall topped with electric and razor wire, CCTV cameras, common gate, carport for 2 cars, independent access to the mall, swimming pool, gym, jogging track, backup generator for common areas, solar water heating, well-manicured gardens, biodigester, and riverfront views.
Crystal Rivers Mall ushers you into a world of unsurpassed retail variety and quality. With 3 levels of premium shopping experience, the mall is home to more than 100 local and international stores. The bustling mall is the heart of the unique Crystal Rivers experience and set to be the destination to be and be seen at. The mall has been designed with security in mind and offers 3 secured entrances onto the main retail level, with parking for over 700 vehicles on the lower ground level and upper ground parking deck. Get ready to shop, dine, work and play.
At Crystal Rivers, you'll be spoiled for choice between relaxing at the comfort of your own home and spending the day at the destination mall. Still to come, property news. In this segment, we capture what is happening in the sector. Our grand bus tour is here with us again. This time round, it's all about plots for investment strategically located. Next, the upcoming Classic Home Expo.
Classic Homes Expo. The Classic 105 Home and Auto Expo is back. It seeks to create Kenya's best property and auto exhibition that delivers great deals and enables Kenyans across all segments access quick mortgage options. The event will attract property investors and auto lovers who network as they explore and purchase products on offer ranging from land, housing options, insurance products, and automobile varieties. The highly successful Expo is now in its 3rd year, bringing together over 100 property agents and car exhibitors, hosting international and local brands that will showcase unique selling points of their brands. It will be held at KICC from 23rd to 25th of June 2017. Don't miss out.
Still to come, let's catch interesting insights on how infrastructure is changing the real estate narrative.
As you are aware, Nairobi is an economic powerhouse in Africa in terms of GDP, and Kenya is ranked among top 5 biggest economies in Africa. The real estate market contributes, like you've heard, nearly 11% of the country's GDP. In fact, Kenya's lucrative real estate sector has rapidly expanded to become the 4th biggest contributor to the country's wealth, making real estate a rewarding investment. Growth in real estate has been driven by government investment in infrastructure, favorable demographic trends, and a growing middle class. For instance, the Lamu Port and Lamu Southern Sudan Ethiopia Transport Corridor, which we call APSET, are global infrastructure projects that will generate new business clusters and create real estate opportunities. Similarly, the Standard Gauge Railway provides avenue for business opportunities, investments, and emergence of towns along the railway. The newest development, the Isiolo International Airport, is expected to provide impetus to real estate, service, and hospitality industries in that region. Of special import is that Kenya is urbanizing at a rapid rate, resulting to serious housing deficit. With a supply gap of 200,000 housing units annually, this Expo's theme, Bridging the Gap, will provide a platform for us to successfully deliver eye-opening and innovative developments in the real estate. It's my hope we, as stakeholders in real estate, will come up with realistic and innovative ways of ensuring that the demand-supply gap is bridged. As a ministry, we recognize that this gap can only be bridged through strong partnerships, including developers, landowners, financiers, and facility managers, among others. To provide the necessary enabling environment, we have drafted relevant policies and legislation to facilitate effective coordination of the housing sector. These policies and legislation are subjected to stakeholder consultative processes and presented to members of Parliament and the Senate. And when enacted, they will provide conducive regulatory and institutional framework to address housing challenges. The ministry will endeavor to facilitate delivery of affordable housing with special focus to social housing. To achieve this, the ministry will continue working closely with commercial banks, financial institutions, cooperatives, pension fund managers, and development partners to develop alternative housing financing strategies. We will also scale up our commitment to open up more areas for housing development through installation of physical infrastructure and other basic services. Further, my ministry will continue consulting with the National Treasury to develop appropriate demand and supply initiatives to spur housing development.
We are taking a short break. We'll return with the accessory spot and another timely advice on buying and selling property at the right time. Don't go away. Welcome back. You're watching The Property Show. Next, the accessory spot with classic home furnishings from chic dining room tables to eye-catching bedroom sets. Let's have a look.
We deal with everything starting from the fabric, your soft furnishings, starting from your walls, yeah, with the paint, with wallpaper, and then we go to furniture, we go to lighting. I mean, basically everything your home needs, and yeah, to make it into a nice house. So we have everything collected for you. If you look at our products, we have quite a range of goods to offer to the entire market. We start from luxurious items to the basic needs for every Kenyan to get into their homes. We import quite a bit, but we also promote a lot from the local industry. So they are bits and pieces that we do locally produce, and that would be in the wrought iron. So we have outlets at the Yaya Center, at the Junction, at the Hub, at Two Rivers, and we have a grand showroom as well. Every shop has a design center, and it kind of gives you a little hint of what we offer to you. So that would include like swatches for all your soft furnishings, upholstery swatches, metal finishes, and obviously all the range of paint that we have to offer for your home. It's the quality and the quantity of the service that we offer to you. When you look around, I mean, at any given space that needs a bit of furnishing, you will look at it through Palestina's eye and see how important it is to get everything done at one roof.
Here at The Property Show, we work with forward-thinking interior decorators. If you'd like to spruce up a space, just call on us and we'll be delighted to connect you. water has been a major problem for most developers who are familiar with septic tank systems where you have to contend with exhausting and smell. With Riversvia system, a complete on-site sewer solution, let's learn more.
We started with hardware a couple of years ago, and we migrated to sewage management, and that's what we focus on right now, and that's what we specialize on at the moment. I undertake projects everywhere, from Kikuyu, from Nairobi, everywhere. So what happens is I have an apartment block, I take about a week on an apartment block, then I go to a different area. So maybe some of the more signature developments that I've done or I'm doing now is I'm working with iTrade. iTrade is an apartment block in Luakabete. I'm doing the Signature Mall, that's on Mombasa Road. Sewage management per se. Unilever as well. Unilever has a lot of tea factories. I'm focusing on that as well. So just to name a few of the projects that I have. So I can talk about how my waste management system has impacted society in terms of we're reducing the amount of pollution that we're putting in the environment. Given that we handle raw sewage, or we deal with raw sewage, and if you don't handle it properly, all the bacteria and the pathogens go and pollute the rivers, they pollute just the land that you're actually in. So I believe that's what my core company business is, that we ensure that you can be able to recycle the water. So we remove the harmful bacteria, we only leave water. And with that, you can be able to reuse the water easily without worrying about cholera, without worrying about dysentery, those kinds of things. So that's where my company comes in. Like for wastewater, I see a vision of where we'll be able to recycle the water. So everything that comes from your house, you can be able to recycle it. You can be able to recycle the water from your toilet. Using the water and farming with it. Why should we just rely on rainwater only? And yet we have perfectly good water in our houses that's rich in nitrogen, that's rich in phosphorus, that is exactly what our crops are needing. And that's where I envision us going later on, in a couple of years from here. In terms of wastewater management, if you want something that is quality, affordable and economical, and of course we give you a guarantee. So again, quality is always something that we are uncompromising on.
Next, we knock at yet another door of a homeowner with an inspiring story.
Karibu sana on the show.
Thank you. Nice to be here. Oh, Jerry's a passionate individual that's interested in a lot of things. I enjoy the joy of home owning, and I also love design, concepts, beautiful houses, gardens in particular, and I love to travel.
Wow. Tell us about your home ownership journey.
Yeah, so my first home, which is actually my best home ever.
Is it your dream home?
It is actually my dream home.
You're so lucky because you can't buy the first home and it's your dream home.
And in this case, it actually is the dream home. And I'll tell you a little story. One time I wanted to sell it, and I invited someone to come and view the house with the anticipation, really, when we said sell, we wanted to know what the price of the property was.
So basically you're doing a valuation.
As a matter of fact, and we didn't know how else to do it other than to ask someone to come and look at it and put it in the market for us. And this gentleman walked to the house, he talked to us, and then he walked around the compound and came back and said, I have been selling properties a long time, and this is a gem, and I'm not going to be the one to sell it for you. And he walked away. So it is indeed a dream home. Yeah.
At what point in your life did you know that you wanted to own a home and you start off looking for a house, finances? How was that journey?
I had already started my own business, and I felt that I had reached a stage in my life where the business was doing well, and I wanted to now do the next best thing, which was to own a home. I had already projected that I wanted to have a home by a certain age in my life, and so it was really just a matter of ticking the boxes based on my plan of creating wealth. And it was timely also because it was during the time when Standard Chartered Bank actually just launched their own mortgage product, and I was already a customer of the bank. So I walked in there and I said, well, I'm ready to buy a home, can I get a mortgage? And that's when they said they could give me a mortgage. So I presented the house that I was interested in, the sale agreement, and worked through the process.
So you
qualified for the mortgage and purchased the home. And then when we purchased it, we knew that we wanted to have a feel that was more our feel. So we had builders in the house for 5 months, retwigging and rejigging the property so that it had the Jerry and John mark on it. Yeah, that's my husband. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how is that? Because I know after you buy a home and then you bring in contractors, it just changed the narrative. How was that?
It was actually quite exciting. Now, I'm a daughter of an architect, so I grew up going to property development sites. I grew up knowing what it took to actually build or be in a construction site. So I had a very good idea of what I wanted, and I had a very good idea of the quality of contractor that I wanted on site. And I also knew that I wanted a made-to-measure kitchen. So I knew who to go to because I had already used this furniture house for my previous furnishing on my previous non-owned properties. And so that was pretty easy. However, the most painful thing I think during that process is that we had to run 2 homes. So we needed 2 guards, we needed to pay electricity on 2 properties, all the expenses that come with a home, a gardener. We had 2 gardeners. So that was interesting for 5 months. It was actually quite expensive. And that was strenuous, as well as the fact that we did 1 or 2 alterations along the way of the development, and those also kind of shifted pricing in terms of what we were expecting. But we were lucky that we had savings, and we were able to use the savings to make the changes that we wanted. And we're very happy because then we actually, in 5 months, we had changed the valuation of the property as well.
This segment continues sharing the journeys, challenges and advice on home ownership. You too can share your story. Just drop us an email and we'll be at your doorstep. We've come to the end of today's show. One of the things about hosting and being the executive producer of this show, the team and I get first-hand experience of great architecture, new and upcoming developments, trendy interior designs, and topical issues changing the narrative, as well as connecting with homeowners, sharing interesting experiences. In a nutshell, on this show, you're sure to get wholesome information on all things property. This conversation continues on our social media platforms. Thank you for watching. See you next Sunday for yet another wholesome experience. As always, there is something for everyone. Kwaheri.